My name is Corey. My wife's name is Raquel. She's from the Philippines. We both live in the Philippines. She lived with me in the States previously. She's 33. I'm 42. Someone's going to ask. Second question will be, does she have sisters? Yes. Will I introduce you? No.
Do you want the latest information for Philippine expats and expat vloggers? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Sunday, July 21st edition of Expat News, where I cover the latest news, stories, and events affecting expats and the expat vlogger community in the Philippines. Well, hi, I'm Eric, and welcome to my Island Expats channel. Just as a reminder, these expat news videos come out every Sunday morning in the US, so you know when to expect them. I also have two new additions to this week's video that you won't want to miss. That will now happen each weekly edition. The first is the new Expat Lightning Round. Where I quickly give you some of the highlights on expat vloggers in the Philippines after I do the main content of the video. The second is the addition of the Video of the Week. And that's where I recommend a video well worth watching that has some excellent content that I've already reviewed. Well, a lot has happened since our last expat news episode about a week ago. So let's get started. As far as content goes for expat vloggers, have you ever noticed that some of the vloggers for the Philippines seem to come out with the exact same topic for a video in pretty close proximity to each other, maybe within just a few days? Basically, someone releases a video with a good idea, then some of the other vloggers wait to see if the topic is successful, and then release their own version of the exact same thing. I just want to say at Island Expats, that's not how we do things, as I try to be original in my content and my ideas for videos. Of course, a lot of my content is a compilation of interesting expat vlogger highlights, so that kind of goes without saying. The interesting thing is that Mike from Mike's Philippine Retirement, he has his own channel, and he's very straight up about it. Somebody asked him the question, and he openly admits he copies everyone else's content ideas. At least he doesn't hide it.
Well, we look forward to seeing all your videos.
I look forward to yours too. Normally, when I first met Mike, he said, "Well, I don't watch other people's videos." And I was like, "Well, you better, because I watch all of yours." So,
Yeah.
We do that. We watch each other's videos along, not that we're going to steal their idea, but sometimes it gives a spark in your mind. Oh, there's a little idea for a video that video is not about, but something I was mentioned.
Monty says he won't steal an idea, but I will. If I see a good idea, I'll steal it. I check out Paul, I check out P, I check out all you guys out there.
Yeah,
and if you got a good idea, I'm a week behind you.
In journalism, this is against the rules, where you would be fired for plagiarism, especially if you worked for a newspaper or media outlet like a TV station. But I guess on YouTube, anything goes when it comes to getting views. Well, at least Mike is honest about it and doesn't try to hide it, which I appreciate his honesty. He's very straightforward. And it's certainly an easy way to come up with content ideas. I would say on the other side of this approach would be Rike with Life Beyond the Sea. He is constantly posting a lot of daily content, and from what I can tell, mostly original ideas. There are several vloggers that do a daily live session, but that's a lot easier to manage from a content standpoint than coming up with original ideas, because you basically just turn on the camera and interact with the audience. Sometimes you might have a topic to cover, but in general, you're kind of playing off the feedback from the audience. Here's a quick clip on Dean the Expat, when he first met his now fiancée at the airport for the very first time. It's a cute story.
6 p.m. come, I would get myself set up, be looking nice and stuff for my WhatsApp call. And I would click on, and every time she
just woke up.
She would scurry to the phone real fast, beep, turn her little light on, and just be sitting there like, "Hey, you know, smiling, sitting Indian style, just rocking back and forth. I had to get her out of that. I don't know why she used to always rock back and forth. She used to listen to me talk, and you see that look on her face. The same way she looks now, she used to be looking like this. She'd just be rocking back and forth. And she used to tell me to tell her stories about America, tell her about my life and stuff like that. You guys know I like to talk, right?
I like to listen. So you all got all the
You
talk.
see why this works? She likes to listen. And the way I am, you know, I'm animated when I tell my stories. I'm acting out the voices and doing all this stuff, whatever. Dude, she would just laugh. She would just sit there and laugh at me. And you said that one day you laughed so much. What happened?
Hurts my cheeks.
She said, please stop. My cheeks hurt. I'm laughing too much. Right? That's the kind of relationship that we built, man. It was almost 5 months that we chatted and became best friends first on WhatsApp before I even decided to come out here. Came off of the plane, right, into the Philippines. I'm on Messenger texting her saying I'm here. And then she's like, I see you. And then I text her back and say, okay, so where are you? I'm looking around and stuff. Like, and look, listen, the woman is 4'11", okay? So
It's
she can,
easy to hide.
you see what I'm saying? She can hide easy, right? So I didn't know that she had 2 of her cousins with her
And with my auntie.
and her auntie with her as well. Tell me she's hiding behind them the whole time. She's like, I see you. I'm right here. I'm like, where? Right? And then finally, one of her cousins waved to me like that. And I'm like looking at her cousin like, that's not Regine or whatever. And then her cousin did like this, pointed behind her. And I look behind her and here, hold the mic so I can show them what you were doing. Regine's like this. Behind her cousin, like... I had never seen a woman that shy in my life. This is the first time I'd ever met a genuinely shy woman. And I mean, in a way, it threw me off. I'm like, what is wrong with her? Is she crazy or something? Right? And in another way, when I realized her shyness was genuine, but you were shaking, dude. You were literally, this girl was literally like, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm here. And this is the woman I've talked to every day on video chat for 5 months of our life. But when you meet somebody in person,
It's different, no?
it's totally different, right?
Oo.
And even me, I'm nervous too. But I mean, I done been all, you know, through the military, met all kind of people. You know, so I'm nervous, but I'm still trying to be talkative. I'm still like, hey, how you doing or whatever. And I hug her and her body's like this. Just, I'm like, it's okay. You were shaking, babe.
I didn't even realize.
I'm like, calm down. It's okay. Then she would look up at me and go, look up at me again. Right?
Oo. I'm shy to look at you.
But then when we finally got into the taxi and I held her hand like this, right? Let me do like this. I held her hand like that. It's like she chilled out. She calmed down a little bit and she just, you know, just look at me and we start talking and stuff like that. And to make a long story short, guys, I was supposed to be coming and visiting the Philippines for 10 days.
What
And
happened?
now it's 5 years and 2 kids later. Okay? That's how good this woman was to me, guys.
There's been some updates to the immigration laws that affect foreigners coming to the Philippines. So let's get the latest on this topic.
The proposed law is actually still into a bill. It's actually still on the evaluation and for approval stage as of the time being. So it is not a law yet. And basically, just to give your subscribers a bit of overview of the modernization, is it actually highlights more on the structure of the Bureau of Immigration. How can they improve their structure to really cater to a bigger volume of foreign arrivals here in the Philippines? And not so much with the bigger changes of the 36 months allowable stay, the 24 months. There's no major changes as of the moment, but we can never be certain as of this time. However, as of the time being, when a particular foreign national come to the Philippines and they applied it prior to their entry, they're already given 59 days. So when, like, for example, an American goes to the Philippine consulate nearest them, instead of going directly to the Philippines, they're giving outrightly 59 days.
The Miss World Philippines pageant happened this past week in Manila, and here's some of the highlights.
From Capitolio, Pasig City, Rihanna Agatha Pangindian. From the Bicol region, Jean Isabel Vilasano. From Quezon Province, Maria Andrea Endicio. From Malaybalay, Bukidnon, Dali Ceballos Cruz. From Baguio City, Krishna Marie Gravides. From Pangasinan, Nikki Buenafe. From Cavite, Diamante. And rounding out our top 10 models, we have from the province of Tarlac, Jasmine Omay.
No matter where you're from, it isn't hard to see the beauty and the wonders of the Philippines. You feel the love with the warmest hospitality, helping one another through adversity. With just a smile, she can brighten up your day. With the biggest heart, shedding light to better day.
Our Miss World Philippines 2024 first princess is from Tarlac Province, Jasmine Omay.
To crown Miss World Philippines 2024 First Princess is Miss World Philippines 2022 Second Princess, Cassandra Bermeo Chan.
Miss World Philippines 2024 is none other than from Baguio City, Krishna Marie Gravides.
To crown our Miss World Philippines 2024 is Miss World 2024 Christina.
Continuing on with expat news, Chad Foster gives us his thoughts after living 9 months in the Philippines. Let's take a listen.
Let me give you guys a little tour. I'm on the top floor. This is insane. This is so nice. Check it out. Oh yeah, this doesn't get old. So top floor, infinity pool with a view of the city. And look at that, nobody here. All right, guys, here we go. It is good to be back in the city for these kind of things. For me, wanting to ground myself a little bit and establish a little bit of a routine that I used to have, eating healthy, sleeping well, focusing on being productive. That's where staying in a place like this just makes a whole lot of sense, as opposed to being on the road and going from one town to the next and just staying in like hotels. And man, there's drawbacks to that. There's no question about it. I love both. I love adventure, but I love routine, and I love the comforts. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the benefits that I'll just start with about the Philippines. Now that I'm back here, it's a reminder of how you can live like, some say live like a king. Let's just say live very well, very comfortably, essentially doing whatever I want to do. Like if I want to travel somewhere, I just go. If I want to go to a restaurant to get something I'm craving, I just do it. I don't think much about it. And if I want to book at a place like this, I just book it. So this is something that is different for everyone depending on what your budget is. And my budget is about $2,000 a month. And with a $2,000 a month budget, I do what I want. And that's something that would probably have to go down as one of the hardest things to go back on, like going back to where I was, back to a place where you can't do these things without blowing the bank. So obviously the cost of living here will always be a draw for everybody. And once you get used to this lifestyle and the pressure is off as far as, you know, paying the bills essentially, how can you even think about going back to a place where it's such a struggle? I've talked about this in other videos. All of your money just gets sucked up really quick. Sort of $1,500 to $2,000, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. If you're on that sort of $1,000 budget and you have to really nickel and dime and find the deals everywhere, I think it's probably getting a little bit harder, you know, to keep up with a budget like that. That would be my opinion on that. Is a huge plus of being here in the Philippines. And that is the overall vibe, the overall culture of the people here. And everyone says that, it's so cliche, but it's true. And it's worth pointing out over and over again that it's a peaceful place. It's a friendly place. It's English speaking place, and it's a welcoming place. I will say this, foreigners are treated with a special kind of, you get a special treatment here. And hopefully most people don't take advantage of that, but there is sort of this foreigner privilege, without a doubt. You are treated differently here. You are given, you know, sort of that, go ahead, you can go ahead. You stop, but foreigner, you go ahead. Most are full on, friendly, and loving the vibe here, loving the opportunity to be here. So collectively, it's a good vibe. It's a good place to be. So that is huge. So thank you, Philippines, for always being so warm and welcoming. It makes for a great life experience. No doubt about that.
In non-expat news, Milji and Solo decided to go to Poland to visit her boyfriend, as they've been in an LDR-type relationship for quite some time. Check out this footage as she's changing planes in Istanbul, Turkey. And it's really interesting to see what the shop and the airports look like in Turkey. I've never been there, so I just thought it was kind of fascinating.
Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing amazing. So I just landed here at Turkey International Airport. I am going to Warsaw, Poland, guys. So my flight is originally Cebu to Singapore. That's why I had a very long layover in Singapore. I had to stay for a night. And you know what? Something happened in the plane as well, which was so scary. The woman next to me, she unfortunately collapsed. Like, she was asking for help by a flight attendant, and then when she was trying to get up, she just collapsed like in front of us, and I was so shocked. It was dark and everyone's sleeping. So yeah, I was like, are you okay? I think she was Singaporean. I was like, are you okay? Okay, guys, I'm very excited. Robbie and I have less than 6 hours left before we see each other, so that's very exciting. So the last time was Robbie was in the Philippines. It was January, I believe, and so February, March, April, May, June. So 5 months of LDR. Finally, no more LDR. Hopefully everything goes well in the immigration in Poland though. Okay, let's go to my gate, people, and let's get out of here.
And now it's time for the video of the week. And this week it comes from Fly Me to the Philippines. This is the most concise list that I've ever seen in preparation for traveling to the Philippines. And that's after doing this for about 10 years now. If you're going to watch only one video to prepare for your upcoming trip, then this is the one to watch. And here's some of the highlights.
You're in the airport and you see these money exchange houses. Never use those. I mean, if you are leaving the country and never coming back and you're stuck with some pesos, okay, get rid of them. But when you get through the final security clearance at the airport, when you're out of the baggage area and you're into the main terminal where people can meet you, there will be ATMs and they'll say Bank of the Philippines, a BDO bank. It has to have the word bank. You take out usually up to 10,000 pesos at a time. Now with the conversion today of about 58.70, it's only about $175 of cash. And it's a cash economy here. Having access to your passwords and getting OTP codes requires having the correct telecommunications choices. Now, I recommend strongly that if you're retired and you're still using Verizon, you're still using T-Mobile and you're paying $50 a month, I recommend get off that plan and you port your number over to a low-cost carrier called Tello, TELLO.com. And before moving to the Philippines, go ahead and port your number. The way it works is you order the SIM card with a new number. When you receive that SIM card with the new number, then you initiate the porting. Once you have the SIM card, they'll ship it to you for $1 or $2, and it'll come within a week. Then, before moving or leaving the country for an extended period of time, you can change your plan, like I did, to $5.95 a month. Then, when you're in country, all you do is you pop in your Tello SIM card, you turn on the Wi-Fi calling, and now I can make unlimited calls to landlines in the United States. I can make unlimited text messages. I can call cell phone numbers, and I can receive all my OTP codes, Social Security, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Charles Schwab, everything. Now, as a backup, go ahead and get a free Google Voice number.
And now it's time for the Expat Lightning Round. Where I quickly cover interesting things happening with expats.
You know the rule I've mentioned quite a few times. You have to feed the Filipina. She's getting grumpy. See the face? You see that face? It's not a happy face.
What scares me is when people insult Filipinos to build themselves up and come over here to vlog and vlog their garbage and insult Filipinos over here. It's something that gets me mad. I don't like getting down in the muck on stuff like this. It's not something we do very often in this channel. I'm not going to throw out names. This is not what this is about. This is about everybody in general, that when you come over to the Philippines, Filipinos are your hosts. They're letting you live here. Just like in the United States, if somebody went around and said something there, you wouldn't like to hear it if it was insulting to all Americans. If somebody from outside the country was saying something about Americans, and I've heard many Americans say this, if you don't like it here, get the hell out.
I got tired of working 60 hours a week, stuck in that corporate America rat race of work harder, work faster, work cheaper, and then any benefits that may have been promised to you get cut. I've been able to work 10 hours, maybe 15 hours a week. You know, sometimes I don't work at all, you know, for a week or two, and then sometimes I have a really busy month. But I'm able to pick and choose my work, right? I work when I want. I take naps.
You had to prove yourself to them that you were a good guy, that you were going to take care of their daughter.
Yeah, I actually went to her father, and I had somebody there that they translated to him. I told him I wanted to marry his daughter, and if he had any problem with that because of our age gap. And he said, no, I don't have any problem with it. All I ask is that you take good care of her, you do not hit her, and she doesn't starve.
We're going to talk about the challenges that we have as a Filipina and American couple. Stick around. We've been married for 7 months or 8.
Something like that.
Yes. Yeah. And we have our differences. I'm a Filipina, he's an American, and we have a different culture, totally different culture, we have a different approach in time management.
We do, yeah.
Yes, this is like usually our arguments or what causes the irritation and annoyance in our relationship. Let's talk about why is it the time management is our problem. If you have been traveling to the Philippines for a while, you know there's a famous
Filipino time.
Filipino time. So Filipino time is when Filipinos have an appointment and they show up like 2 hours later. Or
Right.
1 hour later or so. So this is a thing, but I'm not really a Filipino time, but I am on time mostly, but like on time. But Gio is like 30 minutes on time. So if like we have an appointment like 2 p.m., he will be ready at 1 p.m. At 1:30, he is already wearing his helmet. He already has phone in his hand and everything that he needs for going out.
Yeah.
While me, at 1:30, I'm still in the bathroom doing my girly thing,
Yep.
preparing what I need to prepare. So that is something that frustrates me. I feel like pressured every time I see you being prepared already.
It's sometimes maybe not understanding what you're saying. I want a verbal yes, no, or maybe.
How about the pointing of lips?
No, that I've grown to understand. That's pretty obvious. The eyebrow thing is a little more confusing sometimes.
Well, we have a very expressive face.
Yes, they do, which I like though.
So other thing is that frustrates me most is buying things that we don't need. Like we don't need it right away. So maybe it's just me, but I don't like having too much stuff. I don't like clutter.
Yeah.
I want to buy things that I just need right now, and I would buy again if I need more.
Yeah.
But I've noticed, I don't know if it's American or Western thing, but I've noticed that you guys buy in bulk. Like for example, like we need a lip balm. So one lip balm for him and one lip balm for me. And he would like buy like 2 dozens of lip balm. Like, what are you gonna do with 2 dozens of lip balm?
Yeah. Well,
it's not like you're gonna run out of lip balm.
So that's going to conclude the Expat Lightning Round for this week. I hope you enjoyed this update. Well, that will do it for this edition of Expat News. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can be notified of future videos. Please let me know in the comments section your thoughts on this edition of Expat News. Also, feel free to check out my travel videos on my other channel called Life Across the Sea. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't seen my Expat Challenge video, where I ask our viewers where I should move to in the Philippines, for me personally, then check out this next video. I will go to the most popular locations mentioned by the viewers in the comment section for my upcoming trip in either September or October to see if it's a place that I can personally move to. So check out the links below, like right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.